Are you ready to make a gorgeous disappearing 9-patch quilt? I love this block, and so much so that I made a specific pattern that works wonderful with this kind of a layout. And what I'm doing now is cutting this in both directions. We have to cut down the center, and you always want to make sure you've got your nice sharp blades. And this measures 14 inches, and these in the center with the seam allowances sewn measure 4.5 each. So what I want to do is make sure that when I'm cutting this, I get 2 1/4 from the center on each, because 4.5, half of that's 2 1/4. Don't make the mistake of cutting this at 2 1/2, because remember, we have to account for that seam allowance. This is always such fun to see how the block develops, and you can take it this way and bring colors in. And you notice I kind of surrounded this with some yellows. So this yellow block, if you bring it to the center, will have yellow all around it. And I thought that would be really pretty. And so when you're putting your blocks together, think about where your colors are and what you may or may not prefer. So this is one way to lay it out. The other way is to turn the opposite corner. And you can go either way that you want. There we are. And look at that. Oh my gosh, I think that's wonderful. That's a lot of pink. So what you can also do is say, you know, I think I want to move it this way. So don't think you are limited to just one way of doing it. And I would, though, suggest whatever you decide on, make sure you've got your angles going in the same direction. Now, if you sew one this way with these points on each side, remember, when you turn this, if you put it together in the quilt a different manner, you're going to get kind of a different layout. You'll have some going this way, some going that. So choose one way that you like specifically and put them all in the same direction. Now, I'm going to do it in the confetti pattern, and this is what I love. And of course, you know that pattern's down below at a really great discount. And not only that, it's now an online course with lots of videos with 5 different quilts. And of course, yes, there's a great bargain for you in there. This is the way I like to lay it out, because then we have our blocks all spread out, and this makes a beautiful quilt. Now, I will not leave these all together because I'm duplicating. What I like to do when they're cut is I'll stack them in a pile of 4, and then I will take 4 different groups of 4 patches, which I guess that's what they've come down to, right? We've cut the 9 patches down into 4 patches, and we put it together like this. And you can decide on whether just going randomly or choosing. And I honestly like to do this in some kind of a random manner. I just think it looks better. Now, do you want lighter squares in the middle, or do you want darker squares in the middle? You decide and work that through, and maybe you mix it up. There's particular fabrics you like to have go together. It's all about personal preference. And remember, this is a scrappy quilt. But another thing to think about is if you have yardage and don't have a lot of charm squares or charm packs, you can go ahead and cut 5-inch strips, and from there, you can cross-cut that out of your yardage. That's a huge time saver. And it's a great way to use up scraps. I get most of my scraps that way out of fat quarters. So what I'm going to do now is mix these up. Let me just kind of put some of these aside and see what the others will give us. Ooh, now see, here's a lot of dark blues. I definitely want to put that yellow one here. And I want to put something else there, like maybe this pink one. Oh yeah. So you see, you can kind of, mix them up a bit. We just have to make sure we get it right. Oh, see, I want the yellow. Oh my gosh. So don't do like me and spend too much time. But remember, you can do it this way, or you can do it the confetti way, which I absolutely love. And it just looks wonderful. Plus, you get the little cross in the center. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this sewn together. I will come back and show you what we have. This is going to come together so quickly. That's the beauty of these charm square quilts. As I'm cutting these, I'm making sure both sides are not only at 2 1/4, but that they're equal. If they're a little too small or a little too big, I kind of fudge it and make it fit down the middle. So that way, if there's a little that needs to be added or taken off either side, we split the difference between it all, and it's not going to show up. I got to get this going in the right direction here. So I'm going to stack these along as I cut them. And there we are. Okay, I'll just keep going here. And there we go. I have 18 of my 30 blocks. I'm not sure if I need 24 or 30. I need to see how it all measures out and that I get the size I want, because I do want a twin. Now, if you are interested in how many charms it takes to make any size quilt, there's a free download below. It's my fat quarter conversion. And it shows you how many fat quarters you can, or excuse me, how many charms you can get out of each fat quarter. But there's also a list in there about yardage, how much yardage you need for a certain number of charm squares. So all that's available to you for free. Just sign up down below. You'll have to put your email in, and then it'll get sent right to you. So I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to sew some blocks together and show you what we're looking like. I have another set of 4 9 patches that I cut down into the 4 patches, and I've laid them out. So this block contains 4 different pieces from different 9 patches, and that way I know I'm not going to duplicate colors within these individually. So what I'll do is I'll take one set and I'll lay it out the way I want it to be sewn, and then everything goes together just the way I want it. Now, what I do is I will stack these up with 4 layers. I generally just do 4 at a time, because if I knock it all over, I don't want to have to be picking them all up. 4 at a time is enough. And so I'm going to sew this way and sew this way, and then I come back and I'll sew them together and have my block. And here's what your finished block looks like, just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this in one direction and then this in one direction. Now, it doesn't matter as long as what you're doing is consistent. But for those of you who've hung in this long, I'm going to show you a secret that I figured out. I mean, it's not amazing. It's just something that you do it enough you know. Is if we have, let me put one of these down here. We have our first block like this, and I'm going to put it here. And then my second block is laid out a little differently. Oh, but wait, no, it's exactly the same. So what do? We put this here and we turn this around. Just like that, and we still get our cross. So you can go through and just sew pairs and pairs and pairs, as long as all your pairs go in the right direction. One up and one down. And just go through this and then cut them apart and put them together. And this way you can mix and match more. If you say, oh, I don't quite like that one, I want to add a different one. And let's say maybe we want to put, oh, but I don't want that one, so we'll set that one aside. And in some cases, you're not going to be able to really help but put things close together. But that's okay, because there's so much going on, it's just not going to stand out that much. But this makes putting all this together so much simpler. You see how this is the same block, and then we turn it around down here. There you go. That's the secret. And that's what makes this so simple. So sew everything into pairs, then come back and put them together into your blocks, which is what I'm going to do right now. When I'm sewing all my pairs together initially, I sew everything this way. You see how this block is always here, and this block is always here. I go by these because these are my accent blocks. Those are the ones that are really going to stand out in the quilt. So I always use those as a point of reference when I'm sewing things together. So I sew, but then when that's all done, I come in and I press everything to the small block. And I press everything this way. Now, this is not the pattern I want, but all I have to do was like this, right, is turn this one the other direction, and now I have this. Okay? We sewed everything this way. We pressed it this way. Now we turn it, and we have our block in the center, and our seams are going to nest beautifully. Oh my gosh, nesting seams is always such a treat. And so you can see here, that's exactly what I did. I went through and I sewed everything together, and I just ran them in a long string. And there's the end. And then pressed everything to the small block like this, and then turn it this way. How simple is that? Oh my gosh. Now I'm just going to go through and sew this. Everything's nested. And then what I do is I'll press these. So I'll get this seam in, and I'm going to press it this way and fold it upward. And that way, when I do this block, then I will come in with this block and turn it upside down, and these will nest. And it's just a wonderful way to get it going quick. It saves time and energy, and it just makes it smoother, and you're less apt to make a mistake. All right, now it's time to put some of this together and see what our quilt's going to look like. I have a 9-patch put together, and this will give you an idea of what this is going to look like. And the way this measures as a 9-patch, that's 3 across, it's 39 inches square, which is a great size for a baby quilt, absolutely. And if you want to get a little bigger, you go to a 4, which would be 52 inches, and keep growing from there. Now, mine's going to probably be 5 by 7 in order to get a twin, maybe even a 5 by 8 of the large blocks. So I have a couple of these still ready to go, and I have this stack that need to be cut and resewn. So before you know it, I am going to have a gorgeous quilt ready. And when it's done, that's when I'll be back for the next video showing you how to quilt all 4 of these. I'm excited about it. So number 2, just about finished. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for joining me and being here today. It's always such fun to share my quilts with you. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.